and welcome to my additional videos for my Basic Psychic Skills Part 2 course. These videos are sort of additional exercises for my paid video course teaching you guys how to be psychic. Now, even if you haven't watched the video course, these are pretty standalone. These are exercises that you can use to get unstuck during a reading. If you are interested in the course, go to my website, psychiclauren.com, and look for Basic Psychic Skills Part 2. I talk about clairs, I talk about how to turn on and off your ability, and most importantly, getting unstuck during readings. So if you feel like you're sort of getting stuck during the middle of a reading, panic can immediately set in, but having some exercises that you know work for you, and you've already tried them, you know them, you've remembered them, those can seriously pull you out of that moment and get you unstuck and get you from doing this oh my god, and not getting anything and getting awkward and getting hot and sweaty. And so find some of these that you like and remember to stick with them and remember them during readings. The first thing that you can do to get unstuck during a reading is to go wash your hands. Like, it is perfectly okay to tell your client, hey, I'm getting a little stuck, I want to go wash my hands, center myself for a second, and I'll come back. And so you can take that time, wash your hands, be like, okay, whatever funky energy is here, it's gone now, I'm going back. And actually, I think I did this once in my volunteer group when I was at the Aspen program, and it was very helpful because it lets you just be like, oh my gosh, I need to just chill. It's fine. Everything's fine. And as soon as I did it, I came back and I was like, oh, sorry about that. Sometimes I just get stuck, and it's helpful for me to go wash my hands. Like, you can be honest. It doesn't have to be something that you hide at all. People appreciate honesty. So the next exercise is I sort of needed somebody to help me illustrate what I was talking about. So I had my good friend Rob come and help me do that. Another thing you can do if you're stuck is become aware of where your awareness is or where your energy is. Figure out what's yours and what's not yours. So if I sit here and feel my body, I might feel that my lower back hurts, or I might feel a little frustrated or maybe sad about something that happened yesterday. And because I can sense what's mine, I know that it's not Rob's. And then when I do decide to read Rob, I know that, if I feel a different feeling like back pain or knee pain, I know it's not mine because I've already established what's my emotions and what's my energy. So if I'm having a hard time reading Rob and my energy is totally with him, I could pull it back. I can separate myself, recheck where I'm at, and kind of get some space from his energy. Now, if my energy is not with Rob at all, maybe that's what's causing me to not be able to read him. So I can pretend to push my energy towards Rob and kind of be in his aura so I can pick up information better. If I'm still stuck reading Rob, what I can do is I can ask my spiritual guides for support. So silently in my head, I might say, okay, why is this happening? Why am I not picking up information? And I might figure out that Rob doesn't want to be read, or that I'm too nervous and I can't pick up anything. Another thing you can do is you can check chakras. So if you've checked out our chakra videos, I could go through all of Rob's chakras just as a starting point so that I'm not trying to read into some big questions, and I can just go through his chakras one by one and give him some information on each chakra. One of the things you can do if you're still stuck is kind of move forward into yes or no questions and say what it's not. So let's pretend Rob wants to ask a question about his career, and I could say, no, it's not healthcare. No, it's not construction. And sometimes saying what it's not is more helpful than trying to figure out what it is if you're getting stuck. Another thing you can do is use polarities. So come up with an image in your mind or a symbol like a flower, and you can ask yes or no questions of the flower. So if Rob said, should I take this job, and I'm feeling stuck and I'm just not in tune as much as I should be, what I can do is ask that flower yes or no. Now beforehand, what you want to do is decide what yes is with that flower and what no is with that flower. So maybe yes for the flower is the flower blooming, and maybe no for the flower is it wilting or dying. So when I ask the question, should Rob take this job and I'm asking the flower, maybe it blooms, which to me means yes. Always remember that your ego is to the side. You never want to rely on your conscious or your analytical mind as a crutch during a reading. If you're using your analytical mind to try and counsel or analyze something, you're not being psychic. You always want to stay in that right brain, intuitive mind. So I hope you found these exercises helpful, you guys. Remember that at the end of the day, the more you practice, the stronger your psychic ability will get, the more you will trust your own intuition, and the less you will have to, get unstuck from these readings. And know too that even the best of us get stuck sometimes, and making a joke, laughing it off, and just saying it out loud, be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna move to something else for a second. That can be enough to sometimes just get you out of that weird funk. So if you haven't checked out the other exercises for part 2, definitely check out those additional exercises. If you haven't even watched my video course and you're still interested on kind of the context of all of this and the basics, go onto my website, psychiclauren.com, and look for the video courses for Basic Psychic Skills Part 2. And if you haven't even watched that, go to the first one, because the first one is a great fundamental start of how to just start improving your intuitive abilities. So thank you guys for watching. At this point, if you're kind of following along with my video courses, you should have gone through part 1. You should check out the part 1 extra videos on my YouTube page. You should have read part 2 and gone through all of those classes on Udemy, and then you should have came here to do those exercises. Now I'm going to be releasing the advanced course that is sort of part of this, and that is a more in-depth course on actually how to read people. So if you really are serious about becoming a psychic reader, actually having clients, doing events, that course is for you, because I talk about how to deal with clients, how to set up your reading space, and how to present yourself as a psychic. So again, look out for my advanced intuitive skills course. That's going to be kind of almost part 3 of this whole course. And I plan on releasing all sorts of video courses, including animal communication, mediumship, dreaming, and that's basically where I continue to give you all this information, all these exercise videos, all this homework, so that you have somebody to hold you accountable and keep practicing that psychic skill.